Knowles Tree Service. Quality.
Number one for New Country, 97.5 WOKQ. We are Kira and Logan in the morning, and it's time for part 2 of Second Date Update. Here we go. All right, it's time for part 2 of Second Date Update on 97.5 WOKQ. Logan and I did the dirty work, and we got a hold of Charlotte. She has agreed to come on the show and talk about her date with Anthony and what's going on in that department. Charlotte, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, we know about your date. You know, we know you went to the car show and then a little snuggle session at Anthony's watching the Karen Reed documentary. It sounded like there was potential there, and the fact that it just ended so abruptly isn't sitting well with our boy Anthony. So what's going on?
Listen, I just want to start off by saying that Anthony is a really great guy. It's just, he kind of has this weird quirk about him that it makes you think there must be other really weird things that he's into.
Oh, Lord. We're going to need you to elaborate.
Anthony wears air fresheners as cologne.
He's taken the thing that you're supposed to hang from your rearview mirror and putting it under his armpit.
No way. Is that what you mean?
That's pretty much what I'm saying, but it kind of gets a little worse. There's actually a bottle of Febreze on his car floor, and at first I was like, oh, that's really smart, but then there was like this really weird collection in his bathroom. Okay, he lives alone, but like on his sink where his deodorant is, along with his toothbrush, there's like 7 bottles of Febreze and all different like scents, like vanilla, cinnamon, lilac, ocean breeze, a bunch of other flavors. Like, who just sits in their bathroom and likes to Febreze their body as if it's cologne? Like,
it can't be good for you.
That's what I was just thinking.
It can't be good for you. It's not meant for skin.
But it probably lasts forever.
Yeah, because it's meant for wood.
But aside from that, like, it's a red flag for me. Like, I'm sorry.
Charlotte, we have to get this out there because I have so many questions for my man, Anthony. He is on the other line. I'm sorry we didn't tell you this, but he did hear everything that you said. And we're just going to bring him in. I have some questions. Maybe you have some questions. But we want him to say his piece, okay?
All right, let's give it a whirl.
Anthony, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
So fresh and so clean.
Yeah, it's an interesting approach to sense what's going on.
I'm actually taken aback because you said you liked it. So what does it matter, like the designer label or brand or whatever it is? Like, you complimented the smell. You said it was sexy. So if you like it, you like it.
I got a question, Anthony. I'm not trying to pass judgment. Why are you using the Febreze and the car fresheners as opposed to even a
cheaper body spray?
Yeah, like, what's it called? Not Axe, but Old Spice. Like, Old Spice makes a relatively cheap one, I think. I should assume.
Yeah, because this one smells really great. Like, she smelled it and was like, this is incredible. We were snuggling for hours. And she loved that scent. So it works. It smells great. The way it started was I work at a car dealership, and the cars smell incredible. That's like by design to get you to spend $30,000. So if it works there, it's going to work anywhere. Like, a good smell is a good smell, so I'm able to get a lot of those scents and recreate them on myself.
We all want a boyfriend that smells like a brand new car.
I don't want you to smell like a brand new car, okay? I mean, do you understand how it looks on your end? I know that you're probably like, oh, I don't want to spend X amount of money on a nice bottle of cologne. You can go to Target, JCPenney's, any of those places, and grab a bottle of cologne. Heck, if you don't want to spend full price, go to Marshall's or TJ Maxx. They got great sales. But the bottom line is, you're getting
way less about that. It's not even about that. It's the fact that you loved it until you found out what it was.
Did you really love it, Charlotte?
That's a good question.
Not really. I'm just trying to actually be nice to him. Like, I didn't know it was air freshener at first, obviously. But yes, when we were cuddling, I did tell him he smelled nice. And genuinely, in retrospect, I probably shouldn't have done that, because now he's getting in his head that the only way he's going to be able to get women to smell up on him and be nice is if he smells like a damn new car.
Okay, let's bring this to Charlotte, because Charlotte, the purpose of the call is to help out Anthony, which is to ask you if there's any way that you would be interested in going on a second date with him that we pay for. We could ask him to maybe change up his scent, fresh leather on date number 2 if you're interested.
Yeah, I'm going to pass on the second date. I don't want to date a little boy. I'd like to date somebody who can actually be a man.
Ooh, well, that didn't feel right.
That was harsh.
That was harsh.
And she's just such a liar. Like, she said she liked it, and now she's like, actually, I didn't like it.
Well, it just doesn't feel like a match now, does it? No love on the line today, and I think both of you have a person out there that's not each other.
Yeah, and I bet he doesn't wear air fresheners as a cologne, but, you know.
Well, not for you.
What?
But Anthony's woman might love the smell of ocean breeze.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for that woman.
Another episode of Second Date Update. Unsuccessful, but an episode nonetheless.
That's it.
97.5 WOKQ. Number one for New Country, 97.5 WOKQ. We are Kira and Logan in the morning. Summer is officially here. And Logan and I are celebrating by wanting to hear your awkward aquatic stories. The weird stuff that's happened in water, whether it be a pool, pond, river, or ocean. You know what a body of water is. 603-749-0975 is our number. By the way, random caller who is brave enough to share their aquatic tale, we are going to reward you with a pair of tickets to see Old Dominion in Guilford, New Hampshire. 603-749-0975. Hello, welcome to the show. You're on with Kira and Logan.
Hi, good morning.
Morning to you, my friend. Do you have a story for us?
Okay, so I was about 15 years old, went to my nephew's 4-year-old birthday party.
Yep.
And it was off a pond, so I decided, hey, let me go water skiing. Well, I had a good time until I came back to shore, because I just found out at that point not to wear white swim trunks.
Oh, no. Could you see through?
Oh yes.
And everybody saw everything as you were walking onto the beach?
Well, walking from the water to the party.
Oh, my. And
there was no way to get around it.
Yeah,
right.
and nothing looks good after you've been in a cold pond.
Mm-hmm. Not flattering.
No.
That's a poor design for those swim trunks. You know what I mean? They have to make a solid lining on those bad Larrys.
Yeah, I swapped them out for a solid blue.
That's a great choice. And this is a great call. Thank you so much for it.
For kicking us off.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Okay, your turn. 603-749-0975 is our number. Still taking your calls on your awkward aquatic tales. I was so excited to say this, and now it's turning into a tongue twister.
On, awkward aquatic adventures.
Awkward aquatic adventures. 603-749-0975. Number one for New Country, 97.5 WOKQ. We are Kira and Logan in the morning. If you're just joining us, we were taking your calls on your awkward aquatic tales, weird stuff that has happened in a body of water, the ocean, a pool, even a puddle will do. 603-749-0975 is our number. Hello, you're on with Kira and Logan in the morning. Thank you for holding, first and foremost.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Denise.
Denise, what happened to you that was awkward and aquatic?
So when I was in my early 20s, there was this beautiful swimming hole in a river. Yep. And it just was great to go to. So we used to go down there skinny dipping.
Of course.
One night we had gone for the afternoon, and it was getting to be dusk. And the guy said, do you think we should leave? I said, sure. Now, you had to walk through about half a mile of woods to get back to the car.
Sure.
When I got up and I was moving, they had stolen my clothes.
Oh, guys stink. It's hilarious, but...
So I got, I'm standing at the edge of the woods. I'm not quite sure what to do. There's a path to follow, but I don't know who's going to be out at the other end of the path. So about halfway through, they threw me a towel.
How nice
So I
them.
didn't have to go. But, yeah, I don't think I was embarrassed as much back then as I would be now, because I was in my early 20s then. I'm 66 now.
Mm-hmm. Early 20s, we were looking pretty good. We were looking confused and scared, but good. Hello, you're on with Kira and Logan in the morning. Who dis?
Good morning. This is Kelly.
What's up, Kelly?
Hi, how are you guys?
We're good. So what happened to you that was awkward and aquatic?
Oh, okay. So this was 18, 19 years ago, definitely before I had my daughter. So we were at Hampton Beach. It was my sister, me, my niece, my nephew, and we were out swimming, and my sister had my niece, on her back and whatnot. Anyways, it turned into a very dangerous situation because we got out a little bit too far, and, so the waves are pushing us in and pushing us in. They were really big waves. And so I actually ended up going under the water, tumbling, hitting my head, washed up on shore. Oof. And so I'm just sitting there, all in a daze. And I look around and I'm like, why is everybody staring at me, and I looked down, and my top was up.
No.
Sorry.
So
I should have seen that coming.
The goodies were showing, right? And I was like mortified. Needless to say, I haven't been swimming in the ocean since, except to maybe just like dip my toes.
That's so sad. But you know what? If you've never been washed out, if somebody around here has never been washed out and then back to shore, you need to. You haven't lived.
There's no other feeling like that with the loss of control.
So true.
You're at the mercy of the ocean.
Yes.
And then to wash up on shore with your tatas hanging.
Yeah, the tatas were hanging. Not like they're hanging today, but
they were sitting up more perky back then.
Yes.
We love this story.
This was great. It had all of the elements of awkward. It had danger.
It had tatas.
Hanging. A little higher and tighter, but that's okay.
That's okay.
Can we give you these Old Dominion tickets?
Oh my God, I would love that so much. Thank you.
You got them.
And you should take a swim in the ocean today to celebrate. I think it's been enough. You can trust her again.
Maybe up to my waist.
She's a fickle mistress, that little lady. Hold on for us.
All right.
Thank you to everyone for sharing your hilarious aquatic tales with us. If you wanted to share and you didn't get a chance to get through, you can always shoot us a message on our 97.5 WOKQ app.
It's the 90s.
Number one for New Country, 97.5 WOKQ. We are Kira and Logan in the morning. Happy summer to you and yours. Yeah.
Happy Solstice Day, baby.
Baby. So Logan and I are celebrating the day by making you tell us your awkward encounters that have happened in water. Your awkward aquatic encounters, if you will. Yeah, I said it.
You did. Great job. Snaps for you.
I was like, it has to happen. This is the time. This is the time. 603-749-0975 is our number if you want to tell us the awkward tale of something that happened in water. Okay, Anonymous, what's your story?
Hi, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
So, I was a teenager, and I always wanted to hang out with my older sister. And she had a cousin who was the same age as her, like days apart, right? So, they were going on a date with my sister's boyfriend. And I'm like, come on, let me tag along. My mom's like, no, they're going to go out and do their thing. So, they convinced my mom to let me go hang out with them.
How old are you at the time?
So, I want to say I was 13.
Okay.
And I was the good kid. Like, I was the good child. I did not tempt, all the troublemaking stuff that happens in teenagers.
Yeah, you don't got to sell us.
You sound like an angel.
I was the jock. I was the good kid. Didn't break the rules. So, anyways, we go out with my sister. We go grab something to eat. We come back, and we start going down this dirt road that I'm familiar with. It's where everybody went, when you say parking or whatever, make out, whatever.
Yeah.
And my cousin is a guy, but her boyfriend and her were in the back seat. So my cousin and I are just talking, hanging out. We pull down the side road off the dirt road, and they're like, all right, let's go skinny dipping. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I'm scared to death. I'm thinking, oh God, now I know why Mom didn't want me to go with these three.
That's kind of crazy that this older teenager's going skinny dipping with a 13-year-old. Can we just point that out?
Yeah.
They're only 2 years older.
Okay.
Not really a lot, but when you know how age is with that fine line of 13 and teenager 12,
Sure.
So anyway, it's taken some convincing to get me to go, and I'm scared to death, like literally scared. So my sister and her boyfriend go out there doing their thing, and I finally get up the nerve to do it. So it's a river. It's dark. We get ready to go in the water. It is ankle deep. It's so dry out. There was
More like skinny wading.
There was no water. I was mortified. And I just ran back, got my clothes, and, the rest is just unsaid to Mom and Dad. But I was just mortified.
It's a good thing you didn't try to cannonball.
And it was, I know, right?
That's hilarious.
Terrible.
Everyone thinks they're going to have a fun time swimming, and they're just standing in ankle-deep water.
Everybody probably felt stupid.
Naked.
I know. And then I finally thought, okay, I can do this. And it was only up to my ankle, so I couldn't even hide the body that I was not ashamed. Because, it was what it was when you're 13. But just nerves, to be able to sink up to your neck in water. But
that's such a good story. Thank you so much for sharing.
You're welcome. Have a great day, guys.
Yeah, you too.
You too.
I don't everything I need and nothing that I don't.
Number one for New Country, 97.5 WOKQ. We are Kira and Logan in the morning. So all morning long, we've been taking your tales about the awkward things that have happened in water. Any body of water will do. The ocean, a river, a pond, heck, even a puddle. 603-749-0975 is our number. We go to Kim. So Kim, you have a story?
Okay, so I will try to do this story justice.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a property on an island on Winnipesaukee, and you have to close it up in the late fall.
Yep.
So it's freezing out, and I have to go and pick up a person to help me close up the hot tub.
Okay.
My boat breaks, and I have no way to find this person to go help me close up the hot tub.
Oof.
My neighbor, we call him the mayor. He is a 16-year-old kid who lives next door to me. He has a jet ski. So I call him. He's at school. Like, he's in class. And I said, hey, I need some help here. Can I borrow your jet ski to go pick up this guy to close up the hot tub? He says, yeah, sure. It's hard to get off of the lift. I said, no problem. He teaches me how to do it. I am bundled up. It is freezing outside. So he tells me just wiggle this thing off of the lift and then jump on it as you're getting off.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I'm 51. There's no jumping for me on the jet ski that's floating away. It's not going to happen.
Right.
So I'm like, I'll just wiggle it off. It's fine. And then I will quietly just get on it as it comes off the lift.
Oh, boy.
So the jet ski just floats, like literally just pushes off of the lift and floats into the water far, far away.
Uh-oh.
So, yeah, I'm in tons of clothes. All I can do is say I have to strip off all my clothes so I don't drown. So I go totally naked, jump in the water to save this jet ski. I get a phone call on my phone.
Oh, no.
This kid who's at school is like, hey, Kim, is everything okay? And I jumping back on the dock, butt naked, butt in the air. There's a camera, and him, and I'm sure all of his friends at school see this 51-year-old woman buck naked chasing after a jet ski.
Oh, my God.
You were the centerfold for the boys.
Yep. I don't think I've ever been more embarrassed or mortified in my entire life.
No, be proud. Think of the things they were saying about you. They loved it.
Yeah, you were bold. You were brave.
I was bold and brave. I saved the jet ski. I did.
Wow.
You're a hero.
I am sure that I am a story that will be told multiple years at that school for a very long time.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure there's screenshots circulating in the locker room.
I feel like I've seen this. I've seen the footage. It's on the internet.
And are you sure you're 51?
I know. Damn.
Well, this is a great story, and there's nothing more awkward than a teenager seeing your middle-aged body.
Right.
Buck
Chasing
naked.
after a jet ski.
Can we give you these Old Dominion tickets?
I would love that.
Perfect. And in replacement, Kira and I will take the island for a weekend away.
Or at least that footage.
Yeah, the footage is plenty.
No footage, no.
Stay on hold for us. Thanks for the call.
You're not a TV show.
We could not love that story more. 97.5 WOKQ. Number one for New Country. 97.5 WOKQ. We're Kira and Logan in the morning. Logan and I got you something special to celebrate that summer is finally here. It is a brand new episode of Second Date Update. I know, you're welcome.
So you went out on a date and it felt really right. Should have locked that thing down. Now they're nowhere inside. Was it what you said? You were left on red. It's not fair, it just ain't right. Yeah, you want a second date. Kira and Logan are here to help you, that's right.
It's time for Second Date Update, brought to you by New England Furniture on Route 11 in Farmington. We go to Stacy. What's up, girl?
Hi.
Hi. We're hoping that we can help you.
Yeah. So I met Shane on Hinge, which is the only dating app I've ever had any luck with. And FYI, it's like if you're someone who wants to meet someone but have hated all the dating apps, in my experience, Hinge is the one that sucks the least.
Oh, that's good.
Anyway,
It's a good endorsement.
Yeah, good to know. So Shane and I matched on Hinge because we both live in Durham and we both have summer jobs in the area, so we're sticking around these parts. Right off the bat, I felt like we clicked. It's definitely a smaller crew here in the summer, so it's really nice to have people to hang out with. So when most of my friends go back to their hometowns for the summer. Anyway, he's a hottie.
Okay.
He plays hockey. He's majoring in exercise science. He seems to have his together, which I love. I'm looking for a man, not a boy. And even though he's going to be a junior next year and I'm going to be a senior, I still felt like we meshed really well. So we met for after work drinks at a bar in Durham, and it was really low key. He's so easy to be with. He had a similar dry sense of humor, and he's a lot deeper than I thought he would be. Like, he didn't keep things surface level. We got into some really profound conversations about the meaning of life. And
wow.
Of course, this was after a few drinks and hits of the pen later, but still we were vibing. I felt it. He felt it. It was just obvious.
So the hunky hockey player's got a heart.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, totally. Very, has like opinions on philosophical and the afterlife and why we're really here. I mean, it was really, really great conversation. But this date was over a week ago, and texting has slowed significantly, and I can read the room. I mean, he's not interested. But when I say I have no clue why, like, I really mean it. It was a great date. We were setting ourselves up to have a really great summer together, and then it just faded into darkness. And what's worse, like, I'm sure I'll run into him in the bars this summer because it's such a small town, so I would love to know what happened before that happened. Before you run into him again, you're saying? Yeah, because I really have no clue.
Mm-hmm. What are the odds he just went home for the summer?
No. He's got an internship, so he's here all the summer. Like we were talking all about that, so I know he's here.
Here, this is going to be our first college boy that we're calling.
Second date update, college edition. All right, Stacey. So we're not going. I know it seems like you have accepted that there's no romantic future for you and Shane, but we're not ready to accept that until we hear it from the horse's mouth. We are holding on to hope that there could still be love here. And if there is, we would be happy to send you two on a second date that we, the radio station, would pay for. So good luck, Stacey.
Thanks, guys.
Second date update on number one for New Country, 97.5 WOKQ. For New Country, 97.5 WOKQ. We are Kira and Logan in the morning, and it is time for part 2 of Second Date Update.
All right, we did it. We were able to track down the hockey hunk himself. Shane, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
How's it going, man?
It's going well. How are you?
We're good. Yeah, so you know that you're on air for Second Date Update, and we're wondering what's going on with Stacey. It seemed like you guys had a good connection, and you guys were going to hang all summer long, maybe a little summer fling. And apparently you're ghosting her. Is this true?
Yeah. So Stacey, she was sweet. We had fun. I just happened to learn some stuff about her after our date that makes me think that there's not really much of a future there.
Okay.
I'm happy to be friendly with her and, say hey when we're both out, but I just don't see it going further. She's pretty promiscuous on campus, and that's just not really my style.
Promiscuous girl.
What did you learn? I mean, obviously you learned she's promiscuous, but how did you learn that, and what does that mean exactly?
Yeah, so I am friends with a lot of frat guys on my campus. I'm not going to say the name of the frat or anything, but I did almost pledge it. But I was just so busy with hockey, I decided that was just too much at the time. But a lot of my boys are in it, friends from school just from freshman year and stuff. And it's going to sound bad, but in the frat, they have nicknames for the girls that make their way kind of around the fraternity. And it's not nice, but I didn't make it up.
Okay.
So if they sleep with 3 of the brothers, they call them a frat mattress. But if they sleep
as in
with
the girl becomes a frat mattress if she sleeps with 3.
Yeah, she's just the mattress,
Boys.
But if they sleep with 5, they call it a brotherhood event, and unfortunately, she's a brotherhood event.
Oh my Lord. Okay.
Do you feel weird because of the volume of men she's been with, or is it because she's been with men you know?
Good question.
I just don't need to be the laughing stock of my friends group by, starting things up with a brotherhood event. They would never let me live it down. And, she racked up those numbers really quick from what I hear. Like, in one weekend, she slept with 2 guys. Then during the week, she slept with another. And then the next weekend, 2 more. And it just kind of feels like a reckless lifestyle that I'm not relating to. And I like to party, but I'm just on the tamer side. And I just don't think her and I are on the same page.
So what we didn't tell you is that Stacy is on the line. And she heard what you said. And with your permission, we would love to bring her on the show to be able to speak her piece, because she did really like you. She was hoping to see you again. And as you can imagine, she was confused because you guys did have a great day. You admitted that.
Okay, so this is a full ambush. This is nuts. I should have seen it coming. But sure, if she's already there, sure.
Stacy, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
How do you feel?
You doing all right?
Knowing that you're being called an event.
Yeah, I'm just trying to not meet this with an emotional reaction, but it's hard. Even if it were true, which, by the way, it's not, I don't think someone's past should dictate their future. Just because I had some promiscuous years in college, like most human beings, doesn't mean I'm not capable of settling down and having a meaningful relationship.
Oh, Stacey, totally. I wasn't saying that you don't deserve that.
Actually, no, you are. You're basically saying that I'm tainted and you're not interested in the future with me because of that.
No, listen, Stacey, I see these guys all the time. Imagine if I brought you around after your history in that frat house. That wouldn't be fun for you either.
I don't care about that, and you shouldn't either.
Okay, respectfully, I don't think you can tell me what I should be caring about.
You know what? You should have been more upfront on the app about what you care about and what you're looking for. If you're looking to date a virgin, which good luck with that, that's something you should specify.
Okay, I didn't say anything about dating a virgin. I'm just not trying to date someone who slept with 5 of my friends in 2 weeks.
I didn't sleep with 5 of your friends. They're lying.
Okay, well, I've known them for years, and I just met you, so I am more likely to believe my friends. I'm sorry, Stacey.
Dudes exaggerate all the time about how far things get with girls to sound cool to other dudes, and this is exactly what's happening here.
Okay, maybe so, but either way, I don't have any bad blood with you, Stacey. I really don't. I hope we can be cool after if we see each other out, because you're a fun girl, and I'm sure we'll run into each other this summer.
Well, we're not cool. And that's on you, not me. You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
Wow, okay.
All right, Kira?
Sure. I think it's safe to say that there's not going to be a second date here, but Logan and I thank you both for your time, and I hope you have a great summer with minimal awkward run-ins with each other. Number 1 for New Country, 97.5 WOKQ. It's Kira, it's Logan, it's the morning, it's a Monday, and we're doing the damn thing. We're in not even a heat wave, they're calling it a heat dome.
That's what they're calling it?
It's a heat dome.
Really?
Yeah, are you feeling it? It's steamy, it's swampy, it's kind of soggy.
Yeah, I was a sweaty pig all weekend.
Okay.
And you know what? I also didn't have deodorant, so I had to use my wife. Why didn't I?
Yeah.
I don't have a good answer. I just forgot it. I was up at the beach in Maine.
Yep.
With my wife's family.
Nice.
So I had to use my wife's deodorant. And it's not strong enough.
What brand is she using?
I have no clue.
Okay.
And it's like clear and liquidy, so it feels slimy.
Slimy Pits?
Yeah.
We're calling you Slimy Pits for the rest of the day.
That's how it felt.
We are Kira and Slimy Pits in the morning. Thank you for being here. Steven and I share deodorant, but we're both Old Spice kids.
Well,
so,
yeah. I forgot. I was out. I was out of my bear glove or whatever it's called. Cedar wood. I don't know. They get the best names.
I know. Men deodorant is just the strongest, most liberating titles, and ours are like easy, breezy, beautiful. Cover girl.
Yeah, it's like Squid Kraken.
What?
Yeah. That's a thing. That's a brand name.
Okay.
Of a flavor.
Good to know. So, do you want to talk about scams?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty good about checking my bank accounts. Like,
Yeah.
I check regularly, every day, actually.
That's good. That's really good.
And the reason I do is because of what happened. I noticed there was a Chipotle charge in California on Friday.
And you haven't been to Chipotle in California recently?
Fun fact, I haven't ventured to California anytime.
Did they how many burritos did they buy?
Just one. You know, this is what they do, though. They'll spend, you know, a $10 or $20 purchase somewhere to see if it works. If it does, then they'll do the big spend.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
So shut down the card, obviously. Very easy. Credit card companies make it very easy now to just freeze it right on the app.
Yeah, that's really nice.
But it did make me think, because in theory, I didn't get scammed because I was able to catch it before anything happened. But I know there are a lot of people out there who've gotten screwed.
Yeah.
Because it happens so easily.
Scams are crazy. I have two coming to mind. One of them involving a listener of this station. I'm having all these fresh stories I've never told you.
That scammed you or got scammed by?
Scammed me. Scammed me.
A listener scammed you?
Logan, you will not believe this.
What?
So, this is a few years ago. 2019, it was.
Great year.
And good year. And we were doing this thing called 5 Cities in 5 Days. If you know, you know. We would broadcast our morning show from a different breakfast joint in a different city every day.
I love it.
It was fun. We should do it. Okay, so anyways, I'm, doing my show, eating my breakfast, talking to the listeners, and I have my purse hanging on the back of my seat at this diner. And I'm not really paying too much attention.
Sure.
And I'm talking to a bunch of people. And then when I go to leave, I see that my credit card is gone. And then I look at my phone and I'm getting all of these messages that
someone's charging?
Said someone's buying multiple laptop computers.
Shut up.
At the Walmart down the street.
Oh my snake.
Have I really not told you this?
No. Did you get the footage? Did you catch this guy?
Yes. Nice. There were cameras.
Yeah.
In the diner.
Yeah.
So we got the surveillance footage. We saw the person and they wrapped my purse in a WOKQ t-shirt and brought it out to their car and then wrapped it and then brought it back.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. So they just took my car.
So what happened to the guy?
They found them.
Good.
Yeah.
If you're listening to our station, stop. If you're out there.
Well, I don't think they're able to listen to us where they are currently.
Oh, yeah, that's where they are?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And
Glamour.
Do you want to know the kicker,
oh my
Logan?
God, this is a great story.
Once I saw who it was, I said, oh my God, they entered to win tickets to see Jason Aldean. They filled out a slip.
What a bozo.
I remember their name. We got the slip. I handed it to the police. It had their address on it.
What idiot robber or whatever it is. Scammer, robber.
Is that not the craziest tale?
What a dummy. This is an unbelievable story.
I know.
Thank you. I feel like we're having like a full talk show today.
So if you've ever been scammed by a listener of your radio station or someone in California trying to buy Chipotle on your card. Number one for New Country, 97.5 WOKQ. We are Kira and Logan in the morning. Oh, Logan. Sigh. Nothing like technical difficulties on a Monday to bring you down.
And why does it happen mid-show?
I don't know.
You know, like why? Like how do we get technical difficulties in the middle of the show? Not at the beginning of the show.
I know. We were doing just fine, and then all of a sudden, the equipment says, you know what? I've had it. I'm going to retire. I've had a good life, and I don't want to work anymore.
Is that all it takes?
I guess so. Can we do that? Is that an option? We're so sorry if you're, trying to call us and tell us your scam stories. We actually have a lot of callers on hold that we're dying to talk to and hear their tales. But the good news is we've woken up our engineer. He might have already been awake, actually.
Yeah.
I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. When we call him at 5:30, it's usually that gravelly voice. He sounded like he had a cup of coffee.
Logan?
Is
this Kira? What can I do for you?
To what do I owe this pleasure? Whenever we call him, he knows that we need something. So he is in the loop, and he's going to try to resolve the technical issue that we're having hearing callers here in the studio. And just keep it locked. Hopefully it'll be resolved soon. He's pretty magical. So the minute he's on it.
Pretty magical. Until then, please enjoy the heat dome.
Yeah, enjoy the heat dome. And once we get this resolved, which again will hopefully be soon, we will be back to our regularly scheduled programming. We'll get... Number one for New Country, 97.5 WOKQ. We are Kira and Logan in the morning. Welcome to a Heat Dome Monday, where Logan and I were dealing with some technical difficulties. I was just talking to engineer Drew on the phone, and apparently we lost power over the weekend because it was very, very windy.
Wicked windy. I had trees down in my driveway, on my street. Ugh.
So buttons that are normally pressed on our board got unpressed. So it was like a little bit of a detective work of what wasn't pressed and why we couldn't hear callers. But Logan and I just did this test and it seems to be working now. Hi, you're on with Kira and Logan in the morning.
I see dead people.
Okay. So you heard me what I said?
What?
Did you hear what I said? Like, can you hear me right now?
Yeah, we're talking.
Oh, great. Yeah, we're talking. We're talking right now. We're having a conversation. So that means if you try to call us right now, we should be able to hear you, which is such glorious, glorious news. Because it's time to play Can't Be Kira. Actually, we're a little late, but who's counting? 603-749-0975 is our number. If you'd like to play Can't Be Kira for a pair of tickets to see Old Dominion, we are ready. Things are working, and all should be right in the world. Again, that number...
I was raised on country music. It's going down.
Think you've got what it takes?
Oh, yeah.
Well, let's see. 3, 2, ready, set, here we go. It's time to play Can't Beat Kira on 97.5 WOKQ.
Rob from Haverhill, can you hear us?
Yes, ma'am, I can.
Let's go.
That's great news. It's the little things, like the callers being able to hear us, right?
Especially Rob.
Absolutely.
But you're playing Can't Beat Kira.
That's awesome. I've been dying to do this for years.
All right.
For years?
For years.
Wow.
Rob, have you never played? You call all the time. We love you, brother. But have you ever played Can't Beat Kira?
Never. I called last week and I was the second caller, and then another Rob got it.
Another Rob.
I remember the day very well.
Oh, that hurts.
I felt so bad.
That hurts.
I was screaming at the radio. Trust me.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, let's get to business.
Yeah.
You know what to do.
Kick her out.
Absolutely, Kira. See you later.
See you later.
All right, Rob. She's walking out. We'll get this thing popping. First question is multiple choice. Here we go. I'm Yours by Jason Mraz is/was one of the most popular songs in the 21st century. When did it come out? Was it?
08.
Oh my God! I didn't even need to give you the multiple. How did you know that?
Because that was one of my favorite songs.
Oh my God! Kira doesn't even get multiple choice now. That's crazy. All right.
Awesome.
Question 2. In The Matrix, there are 2 colored pills that Neo, the protagonist, must choose from. What are the 2 colored pills?
Red and blue.
Question number 3. This is also a multiple choice unless you don't need it. Tommy Lee is an American musician who co-founded and plays drums for the heavy metal band blank.
Oh my God, I can't remember the band.
Okay, here it is. Multiple choice. What?
All right, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, let's go. Is it Black Sabbath, Metallica, or Motley Crue?
Motley Crue, Tommy Lee.
All right, Kira's coming back in, Rob.
Is it Motley Crue? No, I think I was wrong, but go ahead.
Trust yourself, huh?
All right.
All right. Button it up, though. Kira's in here.
Yeah, trust.
All right.
Kira, you are going to be in awe of what Rob did in the first question.
Really? Okay.
All right, Kira, here we go. Question 1. You don't get multiple choice, and I'm sorry.
You don't? And is that Rob's fault?
Yeah, because he knew this from the get.
Oh, God.
I'm Yours by Jason Mraz is/was one of the most popular songs of the 21st century.
Mm-hmm.
What year did it come out? I didn't finish the sentence, and Rob said the answer. I'm not even kidding.
What is he, some kind of music prodigy?
He just said that he says it's one of his favorite songs.
Okay, do we get a buffer?
No,
you're a buffer. Okay, wow. Well, I'm set up for failure here.
I know.
Okay, all right. Let me crunch the numbers. Here.
Talk it out. Where were you?
I mean, I think I was...
Where were you when a young lad was singing that to you?
I think it was like... I was probably in college, you know? I think like early years of college.
So the 90s.
Shut...
No, you almost swore.
Back to my time capsule. 2007?
Really, really amazing guess. The answer is 2008.
Damn it!
I was appalled. The options were 2008 and 2011, and before I could even say them, Rob said it.
You know what, Rob? You deserve that point.
I appreciate that.
Question 2, Kira. In The Matrix, there are 2 colored pills that Neo, the protagonist, must choose from.
Yeah.
What are the 2 colors?
Blue and red.
Is correct. Great job. You said it. Rob said it. 2-1. Question 3.
Yeah.
Tommy Lee is an American musician who co-founded and plays drums for the heavy metal band Black Sabbath, Motley Crue, or Metallica.
Motley Crue.
Motley Crue is correct. You said it. Rob said it. Final score is 2 for Kira. So close with I'm yours. Great guess. Really, really good job.
Thanks, man. Thanks,
but
man.
Rob, I will see you at compliments, double downs, and apologies. You won. Kira owes you the phrase of shame.
Okay, I'll say it.
Awesome.
My name's Kira. I'm from Hampton, and I can't beat Rob from Haverhill.
No, but you're still the best, Kira.
I check my pulse and my heart's still beating. Exhale, I think I'm still breathing.
Number 1 for New Country, 97.5 WOKQ, or Kira and Logan in the morning. Did you hear this during Kenny Chesney's American Kids? And you were really confused? Logan and I were just testing out the buttons because we lost power over the weekend, you see? And now some buttons on our board are not pressed in, so we were testing it. And then a great game was born. At some point on the show, we are going to play When Did We Ding?
Yeah, well, we're working the name out, but that's essentially the message. We're going to hide a ding in the middle of a song.
Yeah.
And you have to, when we ding, you dong.
What the heck does that mean?
We ding and they dong. They call us. I don't know.
Okay, yeah. We're workshopping it, but basically, yeah, that was fun that was born spontaneously just now. And you're not losing it if you were hearing dings during Kenny Chesney. It's not you. It's not the voices in your head. So yeah, we are number 1 for New Country, 97.5 WOKQ. Kira and Logan in the morning are our names, and it's cookout season, baby. And with cookouts come very specific etiquette. And we always like to bring up etiquette questions on the program because you need to behave in a certain way. And Logan has a question regarding bringing beer to a cookout.
Can you drink someone else's beer at the cookout that isn't the beer that you brought? Reason I'm thinking of this, we were up celebrating my wife's dad's birthday, and we had a bunch of people.
Happy birthday, Gary.
Happy birthday, Gary. And everybody brought beer. And some people got good beer, some people brought beer. And it's kind of a free-for-all. It's kind of like, hey, it all goes into the beer fridge. And at a cookout, usually there's a big cooler. You walk into a cookout and someone's like, hey, just throw it in the cooler. Is it rude to start grabbing someone else's beer? Or is it communal?
Look at these people are already calling.
That's because this is
barely got the question out.
This is a relatable topic. You know, you're like, oh, I'll bring the Coors Light. Oh, someone's got Heady Topper. I'm going to take those instead.
Oh, Heady Topper. Yeah, the way I see it is the thing you bring, you are sacrificing to the party gods. You're not necessarily obligated or married to that beverage that you brought to the party. It's for other people. That's how I look at it. If I bring a bottle of wine, like I did for your Christmas party. Well, no, sorry.
Circa 3 years ago. Don't pretend like you showed up this year.
Oh, my God. Somebody's still salty. I was going to use that as an example, but I'm the one who opened the bottle of wine that I brought to your Christmas party and had the first glass. So bad example.
That's a great example. You're drinking what you brought.
And I thought I would break it in for everyone so they wouldn't be shy. So they would be, more apt to dig into the open bottle. So maybe deep down I do believe that you should be drinking what you bring.
I like that. I got to see a whole wave of emotion from you.
Yeah, I think I do believe that. Because who are you to just drink the next best thing?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
You wanted to drink Heady Topper? You should have brought Heady Topper,
right.
Logan.
Isn't that the thing?
That is the thing.
All right.
That's how I feel.
All right.
How do you feel? Do you think it's rude to not drink the beverage that you bring to the cookout? You decide you want an upgrade. Someone else brought something better than you did, so you're going to drink that? Are you kidding me? 603-749-0975 is our number. We're very curious to know what you think about this. 603-749-0975. We would love to talk to you this morning, especially since our phones are working again and we can hear our callers.
Hello.
It's the little things. 603-749-0975 is our number. Oh, and if you do want to chime in, we do have an extra pair of tickets to see Old Dominion in Guilford, New Hampshire. 97.5 WOKQ.
Down to the bone, she's country.
97.5 WOKQ. Logan, What would you say to those people who are messaging us right now saying they missed that Morgan Wallen contest code and they're feeling like a big old zero?
I would say, did you not listen? I would say, did you not hear us talking about Route 110?
Or the 110 grill?
Or 110 roast beef? Or anything about one. By the way, that code is 110.
It was 110,
You
yeah.
didn't get it.
Yep.
There it is, 110.
110. We've repeated it for you. There you go. Get your app out. So Logan was just asking a question around cookout etiquette. Is it rude to not drink the alcohol that you bring to a cookout? And the example that he said, which I thought was so perfect because it painted the picture. You bring some Coors Light, but then you see someone brought, a nice sixer of craft beer, like Heady Topper. And you want to...
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I said 4-pack.
Oh, excuse me. It comes in a 4-pack. Everybody knows it comes in a 4-pack.
Even more exclusive.
So exclusive. And you're like, you know what? I deserve it. I work hard. I'm going to give myself a Heady Topper. Screw my Coors Lights. Is that kind of a jerk move? 603-749-0975 is our number. Hi, is this Stephanie?
Yes.
That's great. Welcome to Kira and Logan in the morning. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome. So I have a couple of ideas and suggestions in regards to bringing alcohol to a barbecue.
Yeah. Let's get to it.
So the way I look at it is if someone is specific on what they're bringing, like let's say they're going to bring a 6-pack, then they can bring their own cooler. But if they're bringing beer and it's being put into a cooler for everybody, then I think it's a free-for-all.
That's a really good analysis.
The other thing I also can suggest is sometimes if someone brings a Coors Light and someone sees a Corona. So if you're talking to a friend, they might be like, hey, do you need another refill? They might grab the other, a drink that they had brought for their friend.
Right. But can you jump ships in alcohol? So, for example, let's say you bring a 12-pack of beer, and then all of a sudden you see that there are high noons or some kind of seltzers. Can you go?
I think if it's a big cooler with mixed drinks where everybody's putting their drinks in, I think that's an okay thing because you don't know who brought what if you're coming in later on into the barbecue.
Bottom line is if it goes into a shared cooler, you share. If you don't want people sharing, you put it in, you bring your personal.
Yeah.
But Logan, with your example, this is just my opinion. Yep. I think if you're going to jump ship and go to a high noon, what you brought has to be of the caliber of a high noon. You can't be going to a high noon if you brought Natty Lights.
Valid.
Exactly.
What you've contributed has to be equal to what you take, morally.
Exactly.
And these are the 10 commandments of drinking alcohol at a barbecue.
Yep.
There we go. I'm really glad we talked this out. Thank you, Stephanie.
You're welcome.
Have a great
day.
Okay, we're still taking your calls on this at 603-749-0975. And I know this isn't really the topic at hand, but I just have to slide this in here.
What?
That I think it's pretty tacky if someone, brings, say, a 6-pack of beer to a party and then, maybe 2 are drink over the course of the party, and then they take the 4 home.
No.
It's tacky.
No one's doing that.
People are doing it.
Tacky is right.
Isn't it?
Tacky is right. Unless what?
Unless you have a conversation with the host.
And they just don't drink that beer.
They don't drink that beer.
They're like, take it. You just know.
Yeah. For example, my co-host before, Logan, Chichi, was at my house for a cookout. He brought Modelo. No shade to Modelo. I don't drink them. My husband doesn't drink them. And he's about to scoot on out of there. And I say, Chichi, bring your Modelo.
Sure.
We don't want these.
Yeah.
So that's okay. But in other cases... for New Country, 97.5 WOKQ. It's us, Kira and Logan in the morning. Thanks for stopping by. We're so glad to have you here. So Logan was asking this question earlier on the show around cookout etiquette. The question at hand is it rude to not drink the alcohol that you bring to a cookout? Like, say you bring a 6-pack of beer, but then you see that someone brought something a little nicer. You jump ship and you start drinking what they brought. Is it rude or is it fine? 603-749-0975 is our number. Rhonda, what's on your mind?
I was calling about the etiquette for a barbecue.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
What you got?
Well, I think that you should bring, pudding shots or Jello shots. That way everybody gets to enjoy that, and then they're going to offer you whatever they're bringing as a thank you.
Oh, so you bring the fun thing, the interactive thing that kicks the party up a notch, and then you can drink whatever you want.
Absolutely.
Let's think about this, though. I love this, by the way. I do.
He always has to play devil's advocate, Rhonda.
I do. Let's play devil's advocate because, if you bring Jell-O shots and no one's really Jell-O shotting, and no one's down to Jell-O shot.
That's their problem, baby.
But you still get access to everyone's beers and seltzers and everything else?
Yeah, but nobody can turn down a pudding shot.
A pudding? We're talking pudding? What flavor, Rhonda?
Yeah, talk to me about pudding shots. What does that involve?
Yeah.
Well, I made some with rum chata and Fireball.
Yep.
In vanilla pudding. Oh, my goodness, that was so good. And you sprinkle a little bit of graham crackers on top.
What the? Wait a minute.
That is dessert.
Rhonda, are you putting this in a shot glass or like a cup like you do for Jell-O shots? Or are you putting this in a bowl at the end of the day?
No, the little cups like the Jell-O shots.
Do you feel like bringing a piñata with nips in it is equivalent to the pudding or Jell-O shot?
Absolutely.
What about a watermelon filled with vodka?
I've done that too.
Yeah, but but you're but you don't have anything to sip. So now you have to go drink other people's drinks the whole time because you don't have anything to sip.
Yeah, I'm loving this.
But
you brought like the thing that's escalating the party.
Yeah, but what if the party isn't an escalating party? And again, I am just playing devil's advocate here.
Don't we all want our parties to escalate at some point?
It's a good point. Why else are you partying?
That's it.
All right.
Always bring a backup.
When you say always bring a backup, you're saying always bring something that you'll be able to sip along with your Jell-O shots or party favors?
Absolutely.
Okay. Oh, so she always comes prepared. I like it.
Well, you got to have fun. Summer's only short.
Gotta have fun. That's true.
Right. That's right. Well,
and no good story ever starts with a salad.
That's true. Amen to that. Good to hear from you, Rhonda. Thanks for contributing to our show in such a positive way.
Thank you, and I hope you guys have a great day.
You too,
Rondeezy.
Okay, we're still taking your calls on this if you want to chat with your besties. Number one for New Country. 97.5 WOKQ. We are Kira and Logan in the morning. Hello. Thank you for being here on this Heat Dome Monday. It's a little funky, but we're here. So it is time for compliments, double downs, and apologies. Brought to you by Merchants Auto in Hooksett, New Hampshire.
What do you got?
So I would like to compliment our engineer, Drew Scammon, the man, the myth, the legend. Not all heroes wear capes, and not all people might realize that when you are the engineer of a radio station, it is not similar to being a doctor on call.
No.
He doesn't know when his hours start. It could start at 4:45 in the morning when we get in and see that we lost power over the weekend and our board is dim and we have no idea how to get our voices onto the radio station.
There is a lot of like plugs and buttons and stuff that you and I have no idea what they do or how to operate them.
Many a button. So Drew is the hero. He's the one that no matter what ungodly hour, Logan and I beep up, boo, give him a call. He answers and says, Logan. Just like that. Logan. Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, because he knows. He knows we're not calling him just to shoot the breeze and ask how his weekend was. He knows we need something from him, and he wants to get right to business and fix our problems. And for that, we thank him because we were able to hear our callers today and have some conversations with our listeners, which we love, and we would have been really sad if we couldn't do. And we wouldn't have been able to do it without Drew.
Good call out. Good call out.
Compliments to him. What you got, Logan?
Kind of a quirky one. I'm giving a compliment / a shout out to a local business, Anthony's in York, Maine. Have you been, Kira?
I have not, but I love York.
Okay, so this is it's a gas station. It's a sandwich shop, coffee shop, breakfast joint inside of a gas station.
Okay.
And I used to hit it all the time with my best friend when we were in high school and we would go surfing. And I completely forgot about it. Like I just haven't gone in forever.
Mm-hmm.
And the morning before I did meet when I was slinging that meat in Chichester on Saturday.
I saw you slinging that meat, boy.
I was driving by and I saw the gas station. I needed gas. And then I was like, this is Anthony's. And it was like just a nostalgic moment of like being at the beach with my friend in high school and just by ourselves.
It all came back to you.
Long story short, got an Asiago bagel. They even had cheese in the bottom of the bagel.
Oh, you know how he feels about that.
That's an inside one. If you know, you know. It was great. Shout out Anthony's in York.
Oh, wow. That was nice. A nice little local business shout out with memories to boot.
For real.
For real. Okay. On that note, we out. Ginny Rogers is up next. So is 30 Minutes of New Country. So is that next Morgan Wallen contest code, the one that happens at 10:20. Yeah, she'll have grab that for you, and I bet she'll even be punctual about it, unlike Logan and myself, because, she's like that. Whatever. So we will talk to you tomorrow, but don't you dare forget it all day long today. Who loves you?
We do.
On 97.5 WOKQ.